You clicked on this video to hear the top 7 suburbs in Dallas. Well, here they are: Coppell, Frisco, Flower Mound, Colleyville, Plano, Allen, and Grapevine. If that's all you wanted to know, then I guess we'll see you next video. But if you're looking for why these are the best suburbs in Dallas, stick around as we give you some very specific reasons. And stick around to the very end and we'll tell you which one we think is the #1 best suburb in the Dallas Metroplex. I'm Elias, and this is Beth. Let's get started. The first thing we want to think about is how we have chosen these suburbs. When deciding, we consider each suburb's location, school district, recreation, cost of living, safety, and job market. So spoiler alert, these are all going to be fantastic, and that's why we chose them as the best. The housing costs are going to be higher than the Texas average, but that's specifically because these are very sought after locations. There are also a couple of stats we're going to be reviewing for each suburb, so you can get a more practical feel. Housing costs, median age, median income, and average commute time. We'll get into some of those details as we talk about each suburb.
First, let's start with Coppell. Coppell is rated the second best place to live in all of Texas, according to niche.com. And it's also rated the 18th best place to live in the entire United States. But what's so great about it? Pretty much everything. Every category mentioned above is excellent, as we already mentioned. But what makes it unique from other suburbs on the list? For one thing, if you're looking for a suburb that feels like a small town, but still has all the conveniences of city life, Coppell might be your spot. This place is perfect for families, great schools, tons of parks, great community events. They've got local events all the time, and Andrew Brown Park East is a massive park that could almost be described as the heart of the community. Trails, lakes, a disc golf course, and more. Anything you need to enjoy the sunshine in Texas. Not only that, but the only suburb closer to the DFW airport than Coppell is Grapevine. So if you're a frequent flyer, this suburb is quite literally going to be one of the most convenient places for you to live in the entire world. It would take you 10 minutes or less to drive to the airport. Now let's look at some of those practical details we mentioned earlier. Housing costs, median age, median income, and average commute time. The median home price in Coppell is currently sitting at $690,000, with starter homes being over $400,000. This may sound like a high price, but for being one of the most desirable suburbs in the entire country, it's really not that bad. The median age is sitting at 39 years old, meaning it's a little bit more established suburb, catering far more to families and young professionals in their 20s and early 30s. This also has an impact on median income, which is currently sitting at $132,000, clearly reflecting a more established population. Last, the average commute time is currently 25 minutes, which is right around the national average. That wraps it up for Coppell. Let's move on to the next one.
Let's talk about a suburb with a completely different vibe. Frisco, Texas. Frisco is much more of a happening suburb. It's exploded over the past few years, mostly because of Plano's own growth. We'll talk about Plano in just a bit as a suburb of Dallas, but another way to think of Frisco is actually as a suburb of Plano. There are so many job opportunities in Plano that places like Frisco and McKinney are developing quickly as suburbs of Plano. Now, Frisco is a city within a suburb. The Star, which is the Dallas Cowboys training facility, is one of the major draws of the city. But other than sports enthusiasts, Frisco draws tons of young professionals who love shopping, dining, and entertainment. But the great public schools and diverse housing options are also attracting young families. Frisco, because of its closeness to Plano, also has become a growing hub for the tech industry and startups. Few places in Dallas have that Austin feel, but Frisco will get close to that. For Frisco, the median price of homes is $725,000, and similar to Coppell, a decent starter home will cost you between $400,000 and $500,000. The median age is 37.8, showing a mix of families and young professionals moving to the area. The median household income is $144,000, while the median individual income is $67,000. Last, the average commute time is a whopping 34 minutes, which is now likely due to how much further north it is from Dallas compared to other Dallas suburbs. Also, it can take upwards of 25 to 35 minutes to get to the DFW airport.
Now let's talk about Flower Mound. Flower Mound is a favorite of mine because I've lived here with my family for close to 20 years. This suburb will often make you feel like you aren't even in one of the biggest metroplexes in the US. We all know that Texas is not known for its nature, but Flower Mound has done a great job of creating a more natural green feel to the suburb. There's rolling hills, trees, and the beautiful Grapevine Lake. So if you're into boating, fishing, or just relaxing by the water, it would be a great place to live. The best part of Flower Mound is that it's got this perfect mix of suburban comfort and outdoor activities. There's a total of 59 miles of paved walking trails in Flower Mound, which doesn't even account for the unpaved trails. There are farmers markets, country clubs, golf courses, and more. The schools here are excellent, among the best in Texas, and the neighborhoods are extremely safe. In fact, it often appears on the list of top 10 safest cities in the US. Now let's get to some numbers. The median home price in Flower Mound is $645,000, but we're looking at starter homes priced in the upper 300s to low to mid $400,000 range. Its median age is 42.6, showing it's a very well-established area. It is growing like other suburbs, but a lot of the growth is actually coming from immigrant families who are also more established, adding to this higher median age. The median household income is expectedly higher, sitting at $155,000. As you can see from these numbers, this was one of the earlier suburbs to experience rapid growth in the Dallas Metroplex. Last, the average commute time is 32 minutes. But similar to Coppell, it only takes about 15 minutes to get to DFW Airport.
Next up is Colleyville, the definition of luxury meets laid-back living. Colleyville is a bit more under the radar, but that's part of what makes it great. If you're into spacious homes, also known as massive homes, beautifully landscaped neighborhoods, and a slower pace, this is your suburb of choice. To put it another way, this is definitely a bougie suburb. If you really want the upscale living that Dallas can offer, but without that Dallas hustle, this is where you should be looking. The schools are fantastic, and there is a great mix of high-end dining and boutique shopping and outdoor greenery. It's also centrally located, so you're never too far from either Dallas or Fort Worth, but you're definitely away from the hustle and bustle, with the convenience and expensive amenities. Don't expect this to be the cheapest option on our list. The median home price in Colleyville is, ready for it, $1.1 million. So we're not even going to talk about starter homes here. The median age is 48, also the highest of our list of suburbs. The average commute time is 24 minutes, showing that it really is perfectly located in DFW, and is about 14 minutes from the DFW airport.
Fifth on our list is Plano, and trust me, there's a reason why Plano is so popular. This suburb is like the ultimate all-rounder. It's a big city in its own right, hosting major companies like Toyota and Frito-Lay, making for an extremely strong job market. But even with the major corporate presence, Plano still manages to be family-friendly and suburban. The schools are top-rated, there are parks all over the place, the housing and cost of living is reasonable, the job market is excellent, and the food scene is arguably the best and most diverse in the entire Metroplex. And if you love shopping, the shops at Legacy and Legacy West are spots you'll definitely want to see. Because it has become a city in its own right, it won't have quite the same feel as Flower Mound, Coppell, or Colleyville. It is more easily classified as urban suburban than strictly suburban. So if that blend interests you, we think Plano is going to fit you well. And remember, if you want, you can start to look around Plano for suburbs within 10 minutes, like McKinney, Frisco, Fairview, and Wiley, just to name a few. Like we said, Plano is a little more affordable. The median home price is $520,000, and you can find starter homes in the $350,000 range. The median age of 39 also reflects that urban feel through a younger population. Average commute time is 32 minutes, and it's about 28 minutes from the DFW airport.
Next, we've got Allen. If you've got kids or just a big fan of community vibes, Allen is a suburb you need to consider. The school district here is one of the best in the state, and they really have an impressive sports complex called Eagle Stadium. You need to understand something about Texas. High school sports are as important to us as college sports are to other states, and Allen in particular has taken that to a whole nother level. This is no joke. The stadium cost $68 million to build, and it's just for their high school football team. That's it. Now you know Texans really are crazy. But beyond that, Allen is a place where you can really feel connected to your community. There are tons of local events, not just football, great shopping at Allen Premium Outlets, and some nice neighborhoods with all the amenities you could want. It's overall a solid place to establish and raise a family. The median home prices in Allen are $550,000, with the starter homes coming in around $400,000. The average household income sits at $120,000 per year, and the average commute time is 33 minutes, which is also how long it takes to get to the DFW airport.
In our opinion, we've saved the best for last. Yes, the #1 suburb in Dallas has to be Grapevine. This place is something special. In another video, we called this the quintessential suburb. It's just classic suburbia. Grapevine is perfect if you want that small town feel, but still like to keep things interesting. The historic downtown is picturesque, with unique shops, restaurants, and some really cool festivals throughout the year. During the winters, it's known as the Christmas capital of Texas because historic downtown basically turns into a Hallmark movie. And let's not forget about the wineries and tasting rooms. Grapevine is famous for them. It's almost funny how stereotypical Grapevine is as a suburb, but that's exactly why people love it. And like Flower Mound, you've got Grapevine Lake right there, so outdoor fun is never far away. And what's the other important part about suburbs? Convenience of location. Well, it's situated right between Dallas and Fort Worth, and it's literally 5 minutes from the airport. That says it all. The average home price in Grapevine is $607,000, with starter homes priced in the mid to high 400s. The median income is $107,000, and the average age is 40. The average commute time is 22 minutes, which is really nice. And like we just said, it's only about 5 minutes from DFW.
So there you have it, the top 7 suburbs in Dallas, Texas. If you're watching this and you live in one of these places, we would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. This would help people watching this video determine if one of these areas is right for them. And of course, if you're not from Dallas, but you're looking to move here, we would love the opportunity to earn your business. Both Beth and I are licensed realtors, and we would love to get in touch with you and be able to help make your transition to Dallas as smooth and enjoyable as possible. Our contact information is in the description below. Thanks again for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that we can catch you in the next one. See you then.